All right, we're going to do some spinal neurogenic Qi Gong for some back pain relief and nervous system regulation using some beautiful spinal Qi Gong movements, some neurogenic therapeutic tremoring, a touch of that, and this beautiful thing called pendiculation. These pendiculations and therapeutic tremoring, these are instinctive mechanisms of our body for healing chronic tension and pain and anxiety, trauma, suppressed emotions, and they work. They work because they evolved in us as natural healing mechanisms to basically erase these tensions and these charges. So let's come into the Qigong mountain stance. Feet about hips width or so. And we're going to align to gravity. Find Wu Wei, effortless effort, standing in your center, in your balance. Once you have that, start to notice everything as you are, as it is, in stillness. Witnessing whatever is alive, whatever is present, sensations, thoughts, emotions. Not attaching to it, but not avoiding it as well. Notice your breathing without changing it just yet. Just how is it? Is it short and shallow in the chest or parasympathetic abdominal breathing? Gently start to bring it into the belly if it's not already. Letting the breath be longer, slower, deeper from this dantian. Nice soothing sigh out is always a beautiful way to help the nervous system settle. Then we'll come into spinal breathing, our first Qigong spinal movement. Inhale, we're going to extend the spine, bring the arms up, opening the heart. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, bring the arms together. We're rounding the spine, flexion. Inhale, open. Squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit. And then relax, exhale, rounding the spine. Belly hugs in. Tuck the chin, forearms come towards each other, elbows towards the belly. And then find your rhythm with it. Inhale to expand. Belly, exhale to release. As the breathing more and more is what's moving you. And we're going to go ahead and start to, we're already kind of doing it a little bit, but let's bring in the pendiculation for the spine. So next time you go into flexion, exhaling, we'll do this really simple version of pendiculation where you squeeze. We want to squeeze the whole front of the spine together. We round, bring the belly in, squeeze the pec muscles, the shoulders in, make little fists. Maybe gently squeeze your face. And then slowly relax back to neutral as you let go of the squeeze. Key is slowly resetting. And we're going to do that with the back body. Inhale, extend. And we want to squeeze in slowly. So squeeze between the shoulder blades. Squeeze the lower back muscles, the middle back, back of the neck. And here, hold the squeeze for a little bit. You can breathe in and out even as you hold the squeeze. And after a few moments, start to relax slowly. This is key in pendiculation, is the relaxing out nice and slow. And feeling the fibers kind of reset back to neutral. Let's do that one more time, each on the flexion. So squeeze. You can focus on different parts. Maybe squeeze the ribs in, the belly in, the perineum can lift up a little. The jaw, the teeth can clench. And when we squeeze, it doesn't need to be like 100%, like 20 to say 40 or 50% is plenty. Hold for a few seconds. And then slowly, even slower than before, relax back to neutral. Breathing and being present with whatever tension you feel anywhere in your spine or your body. Being with it as it slowly settles and rewires the tension patterns. One more time in the extension. Find a slightly new angle. Every pendiculation is a chance for a new angle. Squeeze the lower back. Maybe squeeze the tailbone area, the glutes a little bit. Shoulder blades. And then slowly relax, feeling the tension disintegrate. You might see I'm having little tremors here. I'm very tuned in with the therapeutic tremor. And pendiculation is a powerful way to find those. If it happens, we could just allow that to happen as well. We'll go a little deeper into that shortly. Let's do side bending, so picking chairs. Let's just do a few of those. Lean, feeling the stretch in the side body. Lean. One powerful spine therapy is Qi Gong movements, nice, slow, conscious articulations. Stay in your happy range, happy movement, always, which means listen. If it's too much, tone it down, go less, go slower. There's nowhere to get, no way it needs to look. It's more about the feeling. Let's turn this into a pendiculation. Instead of focusing on the stretch, focus on the side that's crunching and squeeze the hip into the side ribs. Just any muscles in there. Squeeze it in towards the spine. This elbow can come in and kind of squeeze into the area. 20 to 50% is plenty. And then slowly relax out. Let's go. Take a moment in the middle to reset. We're really doing a very simple version of a pendiculation practice at the moment. Let's go to the other side. Maybe first feel the stretch, and then once you're in a comfortable place with that. Now, okay, how can you activate and squeeze the tissues and the muscles on the side body towards each other and in towards the spine? And then slowly, even slower than last time. Relax out. Allow any sighs. Beautiful. And we could do this really at any angle of leaning and flexing and extending. More and more, what we'll do is we would look at where do we feel the tension and then pendiculate and squeeze there. So what about a twist? How about a twist? Let's do some tapping on the door of life. The twisting of the spine now is the third major range of motion. So the articulations and exploring your range of motion is deep therapy. Getting the energy flowing, the energy channels opening, the blood pumping. And then palms facing down, just twist to the right. Wise owl gazes backwards. And then we're going to bring in a counter twist with the hips as the upper body twists to the right. Twist the hips, the pelvis to the left. And that should create a kind of squeeze around your waist. And then slowly relax out. Beautiful. Let's go to the other side. Wise owl gazes to the left. This is from the 8 brigades, this wise owl gazing movement. Find that counter twist. Maybe the belly hugs in. There's no right or wrong exact way to squeeze. And each time we do it, there ought to be a slight different angle or focal point of the squeeze. And then slowly relax out. Let's have a little wiggle and jiggle to reset that. A voluntary shake. Think of it as a moment one way to integrate, to ground the energies that's moving. Maybe kick a leg, wiggle it. Feel the shifts of the practice so far. Lean and twist, extend, flex the spine in any way that feels good, like find in your body where's the angles that are like, oh yeah, there's a spot. You see aches and pains, there are tensions. Obviously, they're not something we want, but we don't want to ignore them. We don't want to avoid them or attach to them like they're somehow our identity. So there's signals when we find one of those tensions, like, oh yeah, there's a spot there to look at. To the main thing we can do is be with it, feel it, and be like, oh, that's interesting. Breathe into it. We can micro move around it. We can pendiculate into it and tremor into it. And all this stuff just, especially when done together, erases tension and pain quicker than anything I've ever found. So I invite you to, definitely go deeper in this. Other videos here on YouTube. I have a school community with progressive courses into shaking medicine, deep into therapeutic tremoring, pendiculation master classes, and even a style of shaking medicine Qi Gong that I started. So that's there. It's amazing. It's life-changing. And at the very least, give this a like or subscribe. Support the channel if you feel you're getting any wisdom or benefit out of this. So next, let's go into spinal circles. We have a couple more beautiful spinal movements. So let's start with imagine you're drawing circles with your tailbone. So you can circle the hips, the pelvis, and even maybe get a little rotation in the pelvis, tucking and lifting as you spiral the tailbone. In Qi Gong, always, or at least most of the time, staying with that parasympathetic belly, lower dantian, they call it, breathing. Let's spiral the circles up to, say, the belly. So what if the focal point of the circles is now at the part of the spine by the belly, this segment of the spine, the lumbars, doing your best to isolate and focus the circles there. And let's go up to the ribs. Of course, the whole spine's connected, so everything ought to be circulating a little bit. But by bringing our attention, our yi, they call it, energy goes where our attention flows. So if we go into the tension, maybe you find you're like, oh, any part of the spine, like, oh, that's where my pain, my tension is. Go there. If it's too overwhelming, slow down, go less. Smaller, slower, all that. And these little articulations, or maybe you find an angle and you're like, oh, squeeze the muscles and the tissues into the spine at that area. And then slowly relax. That's deep therapy using the instinctive mechanism of pendiculation. Let's go to the heart space, the thoracic spine, and the cervical spine, the head and neck. Gentle circles at first, especially with the neck, and as it feels good, you can slowly grow the circles if you want. Then we'll change directions and just start spiraling back down, one vertebra at a time, going through the neck, the thoracic. And what I want you to do is kind of find the part that has the most tension and hang out there and go back and forth, little circles there, and just see if you can find some like bumpiness. Ugh. And of course I have a whole course on progressing into finding the bumpiness and the tremoring. Maybe you touch on it now, and if you can find that and sort of that finding it, I call it the game, and then the surrendering to it is where we really want to get, where we hang out in the spontaneous tremoring, the spontaneous shaking, or the deep nervous system intelligence starts to move us for us. Whew. Maybe you do that for a bit and you're like, okay, let me go scan for another spot. And I can get it quite quick. I've been shaking for a decade now. So you might have to find it, go even slower, go through it more wu wei or relaxed than the last time. And also, it can be, some people, it's harder to get the tremoring. So if you're not used to it yet, just the slow moving spinal circles is already deep spinal therapy. The tremoring, of course, takes it to another level. Okay. One more, the body wave. So find like a wave through the legs, the pelvis, and through the spine. And see if you can, kind of like a snake, like find a nice ripple through the body. Less is more with all of this stuff. Less is more. So no pressure to have it look. It doesn't even need to be smooth. It's about being where it is for you. Each wave can be different. And kind of like the spinal circles, if you might tune into a segment of the body, the spine, or the legs, it could be anywhere, where you're like, oh, there's a kink in the flow, and it's like that's a sign that, oh, maybe there's a blockage or tension there. And so you can, for me, I just found one. I've been working with this spot for a little while now, around the solar plexus. So you can then, wherever you feel it, squeeze into that area and relax. One autogenic neurogenic movement, and the other tremoring. And really in the depths of these, they go together, these two instinctive mechanisms. Eventually they dance and cycle in and out of each other. Down the road, like most likely not after a 20 or so minute session, but as you build your relationship with it, at the same time, it doesn't take too long, and you very well may get it now. We're born with these mechanisms, so some people wake them up like that. That horse lips is nice to soothe. Let's go Let's find our mountain to close this practice, this journey. We're going to inhale wide and high. And then, like we're pulling down the sky, wash yourself with the sky energy. Grounding. Any excess energy in the head or the heart, ground it down low into the earth. I love Qi Gong for its big focus on grounding. Inhale wide and high. And then a relaxed out breath to just sink all the energy. Wash your body. Washing your spine nice and clear. Let's go at least one more time. Maybe you do a few more. Thank you for journeying with me.